comes to similarities between fangirls and sports fans, they actually have a lot in common. For starters, there's a whole emotional aspect. From One Directioners, Beliebers, and Swifties today, all the way back to Beatlemaniacs and Frank Sinatra fans way back when, fangirls have long been known to scream and cry to express their fandom. In the same way that sports fans often react to their favorite teams and players. Fangirls often catch a lot of flack for finding out as much personal information about the objects of their fangirling as possible. Sports fans similarly collect an awful lot of information on their favorite teams and players, including play stats, where they went to college, career highlights, workout regimens, who they're married to, etc. Of course, this emotionality can and does take a darker turn for fangirls and sports fans alike, whether it's tweeting hate messages at your boy band crush's new girlfriend, or destroying property if your team loses. These very strong emotions are also manifestations of another similarity between fangirls and sports fans, which is loyalty, beginning at an early age. This age factor makes sense for fangirls because, well, we call them fangirls for a reason. These early crushes, both on boy bands and also on female pop stars like Taylor Swift, often take root in our tween and early teen years. In the same way, experts talk about how adolescent boys tend to seek out allegiances for sports teams that they will then root for till the ends of time. I say none of this to denigrate these participatory fan cultures and the fans within them. Rather, I want to highlight the big, stark difference between these two groups, which is all about perception and media representation. Sports fans are kind of considered a given. They're guys a lot of times who love sports, and they might buy jerseys, they buy really expensive tickets, they have chants, they have cheers, they scream, they yell, and that's all fine, well, and good. Whereas fangirls are, whoa, they're crazy, they're hysterical, they're out of control. Why are you screaming? BBC even commissioned David Attenborough to make a mockumentary comparing fangirls to just herd animals. And anti-pop music snobbery aside, a lot of criticism of fangirls usually revolves around their intense crushing and screaming and outward lusting for these usually boy band objects of their affection. Doesn't it make sense that girls are crying and screaming and doing everything in their power to touch this one boy in the context of a society where sexuality, particularly if you are a younger girl, is so completely and totally repressed? Because if you do express your lust outwardly, you'll just be labeled a slut. Perhaps that's why, as girls get a little bit older and perhaps begin exploring their sexuality more and maybe dating, the intensity of those fangirl crushes probably wane a little bit. Unlike a lot of times, the lifelong loyalty of a die-hard sports fan. Ultimately, this isn't really fangirls versus sports fans. I'm not trying to argue that one group is superior to the other, because yes, it does get very apples and oranges. When it comes to these two really intense fan cultures, you gotta wonder, why do fangirls catch so much hate while sports fans just, well, get to be fans? In the words of one of my favorite boy band crushes, tell me why ain't nothing but a sports fan. Tell me why ain't nothing but a sports fan. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say fangirls want it that way. That doesn't make sense.